With the rise of live-action remakes, I've been in a constant state of worry over the future state of animated media. Not only has it been extremely discouraging to see the way that animators have been and are being treated, it has also made me wonder more about what the animation landscape is currently like for voice actors. I've always had a great admiration for voice actors. It takes someone truly talented to be a great voice actor, and if you can convey so much emotion and personality through just your voice, I think that's pretty incredible. I have so much respect for them because I can never do that, not with my social anxiety. I think voice actors don't nearly get the credit they're due. With live-action remakes on the rise, voice acting jobs are on the decline, and even with mainstream animated projects, seasoned voice actors are not getting offered roles, instead they're being offered to celebrities. I just find it disheartening that the animation industry is so mistreated in the mainstream. Voice actors who have honed their craft and have been in the industry for a long time are not even getting the chance to audition for mainstream movie roles, just because studios want a big name. This especially pains me when it comes to mainstream films that are based off of an existing property. So let's start by talking about stunt casting. Mainstream animated movies have a long history of casting celebrities as opposed to professional voice actors. A lot of people attribute this to the casting of Robin Williams as the genie in Aladdin, which by the way is my favorite movie, but it actually dates back farther than that, to the casting of Cliff Edwards as Jiminy Cricket in Pinocchio, who was a major star in the 1940s. Let me preface this by saying that I don't think stunt casting is inherently bad. I think it can work out really well when the celebrity really invests themselves into playing their character, like Robin Williams as Genie. I just find it disappointing that it takes away a lot of opportunities for professional voice actors in favor of an extra buck. One example of stunt casting that bothers me is the Lego Ninjago movie. By the time the Lego Ninjago movie came out, the show had 7 seasons under its belt. It had a highly talented and beloved voice cast consisting of professionals who had been in the industry for a long time. But the movie opted for a full celebrity cast to get those average moviegoers into seats. Maybe it was because the studio didn't have a lot of faith in the Ninjago movie, or maybe it was because the casting of celebrities for the original Lego movie had turned out so well for them, or maybe it was because stunt casting is just the norm, but it just frustrates me that this cast didn't get to play their characters in the show's big break into the mainstream. They could have at least been given the chance to have cameos in the movie. Are you really trying to tell me that any of the Ninjago City citizens couldn't have been cameos from the original cast? Why couldn't this guy have been played by Jillian Michaels? We all know she could do it. And why is this just the norm? Why does it have to be? Why can't we appreciate talent more over money? I know this sounds ridiculous because duh, big studios, but I just wish the world wasn't like this. I get the argument that Lloyd needed to be aged up, and Jillian Michaels' voice probably didn't fit that aged up Lloyd anymore, but I don't know, the rest of the voice actors from the show would have made complete sense to play their characters. Especially since the only ninja character that really has a lot to do in the movie is Lloyd. The rest of the ninja are like supporting cast in this movie. Why couldn't Vincent Tong play Kai in the movie? Yes, movie Kai is cool, but I'll never have the emotional attachment to him as I do to show Kai, and I think that has a lot to do with Vincent Tong's voice. He brings so much personality to the character, and we all know how deeply he loves Kai. The man thanked the writers for giving Kai a great arc again in Dragon's Rising. I just really dislike that the studio took away the opportunity for the voice cast to play their characters, who they all care about, in this major movie. Like, was there even a conversation about it? Like, I need to know. Like, was it just, yeah, we're gonna stunt cast this thing? Like, ugh. One reason why it bothers me so much is because there are a lot of other animated shows that I love that have been adapted into movies that have gotten to keep their original voice cast, albeit a few celebrity additions. One example is the My Little Pony movie. I actually despise this movie, but one thing I actually enjoy about it is that the original voice cast got to play their roles. And I feel like that's asking for the bare minimum. I don't think any celebrity could pull off Pinkie Pie's voice as well as Andrea Libman, but I didn't really like how they felt they had to include celebrities like Emily Blunt in the cast. And also this guy again, he was in the Lego Ninjago movie and the My Little Pony movie in the same year. My Little Pony was a massive cultural phenomenon and to this day still has a large fan base. The existence of the movie alone, I'm sure, would be enough to get millions of fans to the theater. The other thing about comparing this movie to the Ninjago movie is that they both came out in the same year. It just confuses me the different approaches to casting, and I wish both movies got to keep their original voice cast instead of just one. A large part of the change of voice cast for the Lego Ninjago movie probably had to do with a change in plot though. The Lego Ninjago movie was originally intended to be canon to the show, so I feel they would have kept the original voice actors had that been the direction the movie stayed on. It would have been really terrible if they did keep the movie canon and they didn't keep the original voice cast on. But because they decided to make a non-canon movie, that probably gave them the excuse to cast celebrities. It's also worth it to note that the My Little Pony movie is canon to the show, so that's probably another reason why the cast wasn't replaced with celebrities. One more point about stunt casting. Another show that got a movie adaptation was Steven Universe. Steven Universe has a slightly different case though, because the movie was made as a TV movie under Cartoon Network. It wasn't handed off to a big movie studio to produce. And I think that is also a large part why the movie keeps its voice cast and doesn't opt to include celebrity additions to the cast. Stunt casting is all about casting a big name that they can place on movie posters to attract viewers. Movie studios have never had much faith in the idea of an animated movie drawing in viewers just based on story and aesthetics alone. Stunt casting got popularized by Disney as the studio saw that audiences tended to want to see a movie more when a big name is attached to it. It was undeniable that other studios would notice the power of a celebrity name as well and would go on to cast celebrities more frequently to get audience members in theaters for their animated films. From Tom Hanks in Toy Story to Chris Pratt in pretty much every animated movie of the 2010s and 2020s, stunt casting is not let up. Stunt casting confuses me because it's a really nuanced topic. I actually like Dave Franco's portrayal of Lloyd in the movie, but the rest of the casting choices except for Garmadon really bother me. I think it bothers me because I can't tell if these actors really do care about these characters or if they're just pulling out their PR speech and behind the scenes clips. And it just pains me that the original voice cast didn't get a chance to play their characters in the movie, when you can always tell in behind the scenes clips how much they care about their characters and how much fun they have playing them. Voice actors just bring another level of care to their characters that I don't think celebrities really understand. So you've probably heard the news that LEGO and Universal are currently developing a bunch of live-action movie adaptations of LEGO properties, including Ninjago. Now, when I found this out, I was pretty upset. This was due to a lot of reasons. I've had a big issue with live-action adaptations for a few years now. As they more frequently get made, they keep progressing in quality. I feel like the first few Disney live actions weren't completely heartless, but as the years have gone on, it's really clear that they are actively becoming more and more soulless. And unfortunately, other studios are following suit. I was already upset enough that DreamWorks was making one of my favorite movies, How to Train Your Dragon, into live action, and then I find out one of my favorite shows of all time is going to be turned into a live action as well. Yeah, I wasn't happy. A majority of the time, live action adaptations of animated properties are a soulless cash grab. The originals of a lot of these movies are beautiful, thoughtful films that had so much hard work put into them by animators, voice actors, and everyone behind the scenes. It breaks my heart that studios can't just leave these films alone and hire a writer to make something new, because trust me, there are a lot of writers out there with new ideas and good ideas at that. Live action adaptations of animated films are just taking a good idea and making it a little less special. My main gripe with this live-action Ninjago movie is that Ninjago is an animated property. Because it's based on a toy where you can build anything, it was adapted into animation where you can make anything. Live action has limits, and you're going to feel it in this movie. I don't think it makes any sense to change the show into live action and cast another celebrity-heavy cast instead of, I don't know, making another animated movie? If you want to make another Ninjago movie so bad, why not make it another animated movie and do it better this time? Go with your original idea, Universal, and make it a canon movie. Have the original voice cast play the characters. Heck, you can even tie it into the earlier seasons too, if you're worried about the general audience not wanting to watch a movie that relies on the show's lore. Just make a good animated Ninjago movie. Make one that allows the voice actors to shine and bring their characters to the big screen. The first Ninjago movie had incredible animation. Use that, but better. I just want to hear Sam Vincent's Lloyd in an animated movie. Is that too much to ask? Animation is in such a tricky spot nowadays, and I think live-action adaptations are the last thing the animation industry needs. Especially for voice actors who already don't get cast in major movies. Having properties that they helped build be turned into live action gives them less opportunities to play their characters, and I think it really sucks. I hate talking about AI, so this part is going to be really quick. I'm really sick of AI. I can't even escape it anymore because if I search anything on Google now, a stupid AI response comes up first. What makes me super upset though is when people make those AI versions of characters like Patrick from SpongeBob singing Hamilton and then they upload it to social media sites and make money off of it. It's really horrible that people are making money off of taking someone's voice and making these choppy, hard to listen to AI covers that for some reason people like. If you want to hear Patrick singing Hamilton so badly, go to a convention and ask Bill Fagerbuck to sing it. Voice acting is these people's livelihoods, and you guys are exploiting it. Stop it! I think in the general geek space, voice actors are highly appreciated. I love recognizing voice actors in different projects and having fandoms I love intersect in a way that is so fun. Some of my biggest dreams are to meet voice actors like Vincent Tong and Andrea Libman. I think it's much different in the general public, however. People generally don't mind hearing celebrity voices like The Rock's in animated movies, but it just makes me upset that there are a lot of voice actors who this is their livelihood, their career, something they studied and worked for, who could do it, and probably better. Like, look at Sam Vincent. These are some of the many characters he has played. I want to see his name on a cast list for a theatrical animated film in the future. I want to hear the talent of these actors in a bigger context, and I wish for studios to give them more of that chance. I'm sure you'll get a lot more out of Brent Miller's portrayal of Zane in the show as you would from Zach Wood's portrayal of Zane in the movie. Dude, Pamela Hayden just retired, and I almost cried when I found out because of how much her performance as that little blue-haired geek in Millhouse means to me. Voice actors really bring so much personality and heart to their characters, and they truly love their job. I just wish more people would give voice actors their flowers. Also, shout out to Brent Miller saying the word always in Zane's voice. That's gotta be one of my favorite things in the world.
Choice has always been yours, Pixel. My calculations are always correct! Ow! You're right. You will always be a part of me.
Thanks for watching this video. I know it was a bit ranty, but I really wanted to just talk about how much I appreciate voice actors because I think they're some of the most talented people in the world. So why don't you let me know who some of your favorite voice actors are in the comments below. I love Billy Kometz and Kirby Morrow, Vincent Tong, obviously, pretty much every voice actor from Ninjago. And you know, most of them were also on MLP too, so I love them all. And just let me know in the comments. Kelly Sheridan, Barbie, she's the best. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, have a good day.